Hi everyone, welcome to your Diploma of Higher Education Paramedic practice. My name is Colin, I'm one of the lecturing team here at the Scottish Ambulance Academy, and this short video is going to be about how to get you here on your first day. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of the campus if you're in accommodation, or if you're driving here, I'll show you how you can easily access the campus, how to get up to the Scottish Ambulance Academy. Obviously there's some adjustments to your course because of coronavirus, so we'll talk a little bit about social distancing and how we're going to keep your learning environment safe. And then we'll talk about Blackboard, the virtual learning environment that the GCU provides for us, and how to use that in order to facilitate your learning. So there's a few things to have a look through. If you have any questions that aren't answered by this video, then you can always give me an email, and my email address is available on Blackboard, or you can give another member of the team. Laura Ramsey is the other pathophysiology module lead, so she's probably your best contact for day one. When you do arrive on day one, it's either going to be Monday or Tuesday, depending on whether you're in Group A or Group B, and those details you will find on Blackboard. But when you arrive, we'll have a program induction. We'll talk a little bit about what is expected from you as the student and what you can expect from us as your program team. And then we'll spend the rest of the day doing pathophysiology. It's really exciting to finally get you towards coming on your paramedic course. I know that for some of you, this has been a really long, protracted process with coronavirus. So let's just get cracking and get into it. So hopefully this map will help us get a little bit more familiar with the university, but when you arrive, I'd advise having a wander around campus and get familiar anyway. Now there's a variety of buildings. The one that we're most interested in is the Govan and Becky building, and this is where the School of Health and Life Sciences is located. On the third floor, you'll find the Scottish Ambulance Academy, so you can just enter via the steps at the front of the building and go up to the third floor. Across the road from GCU, you'll find the Concert Square car park. It's £8 a day to park here. And at the rear of GCU, you'll find the accommodation. If you're staying in accommodation, you'll find this on the Sunday. This is called Caledonian Court. At the front of the university is our major transport links, so we have the Buchanan Street bus station and the Queen Street train station as well. So you'll see that the university is pretty accessible, whether it is by the transport corridor that runs through Glasgow or via public transport. Now, if you're looking for something particular on campus, there is a campus map provided by the university, and I'll post that in the description below, or you'll find it on Blackboard. Now, when you find the Govan and Becky building, you'll come into the foyer, you'll find the Scottish Ambulance Academy signposted through the first set of double doors, and you'll be able to go up to the third floor. We'd encourage you to use the stairs, obviously use a lift if you need to, but remember that at the moment, because of coronavirus, it's one person to a lift at a time, so it's easier to use the stairs. Remember that when you're in campus, you need to wear a mask at all times, so just keep in mind social distancing and make sure to use the hand sanitizing stations when they're closest to you. So once you find your way into the academy, make sure to do a quick temperature check. There will be a thermometer provided at the front door along with a recording sheet, and then bring yourself into the lecture theatre. Some staff will be on hand in order to facilitate your entry, and find yourself a seat. Now once you've got a seat, that seat will be yours for the duration of the course, so pick wisely, and this is just a COVID regulation. And then we'll take you through a program induction, and we'll be able to answer your questions about the course. We'll talk about things like expenses, course running, everything that you need to know for the next 5 weeks of your Par 1. After that, we'll start with pathophysiology, so we'll do a module induction specific to patho, which will take around 40 minutes, and then we'll dive into some teaching. Now the slides for these teaching sessions should now be available on Blackboard for you if you want to start preparing. Now going forward, any timetable information or announcements will be made available through GCU Learn, so this is the hub for the entire course. Now generally, Group A attend on the first Monday and Group B on the first Tuesday, but this does change. It hasn't changed often, but just be aware that there may be changes to that, so check GCU Learn before attending. This also means that if you're in Group B, you'll have DPP leadership on your first day and you'll attend on the Tuesday, so check those specific modules for guidance on that. So hopefully this will have answered some questions for you around what's going to happen on your first day and how to get into the academy. If you have any more questions, like I say, you can contact us, but all the information is stored on Blackboard. So if you're watching this video, it's fair to assume that you've managed to get access to Blackboard, to GCU Learn, but I want to just take the opportunity to show you how the system works. And this is it. So when you log into GCU Learn, our virtual learning environment, you should be presented with your activity stream. And you can see that it shows a fair number of things here for me, but for you it should just show the modules that you're enrolled in and the activity that occurs in those modules. So on the left-hand bar, we have a few different links. Now you can take your time and explore these yourself, but if you click on courses, you should be presented with a list of the courses that you're enrolled in. Now I'd recommend that if your VLE is set up to display the courses like this, if you click this little visual indicator, it'll split them into boxes and you can see quite clearly which courses you're supposed to be enrolled in. Now again, because I'm an instructor, I'm obviously enrolled in a lot of courses, but you should only see the academic year 2021, or depending on what year you're in, it may be 21-22, and the modules Pathophysiology, Developing Paramedic Practice, and Leadership and Mentorship should be listed here. You may also be able to see Clinical Skills and Patient Assessment and Management in Paramedic Practice, but these modules won't come into play until your Part 2. So if you click on a module, and for example, if we click on 0320 Pathophysiology, just as an example of a cohort that is currently running, it'll bring you to this welcome page, but the meat and potatoes of the module is stored in the learning activity section. See, again, you can explore these tabs at your own pace. If you click on module information, you will see the group allocation list, along with timetabling, pastoral care groups, and the module handbook. But if you click on course content, as the course runs, these folders will become available and they have all of the teaching content contained within them. So for example, on Respiratory Day, you will find some linked learning resources, but if you're interested in the PowerPoint presentations, if you want to print them off before you come to the session, or if you want to use them in your revision, then they're all available here for you in both PowerPoint and PDF versions. And for certain presentations, you'll find scans of the whiteboard drawings that we do in class and all that kind of associated information here as well. Most teaching days will have a section called Additional Resources, Media Reading Content, and this will contain videos that we find particularly useful when it comes to a revision, journal articles, and other linked resources. So this is fairly straightforward for the face-to-face teaching days in that these folders contain the PDF and PowerPoint versions of presentations. For the online teaching days, and I'll use pharmacology as an example, you'll find that most of the content is facilitated through video format, just like this, or through narrated PowerPoint, and the days are set out in a top to bottom fashion for you to just slowly work through the content as required. The other features of Blackboard to mention to you before we move on, if you click on Resource List Library, this will bring you straight to the library page, and as you're already logged in with a single sign-on, it'll bring you directly to the reading list, where you can click on books and open them directly from here. So for example, Fundamentals of Anatomy and Physiology by Martini, click View Online, this will open the book automatically in the online library system, and this will just save you a lot of time. You can obviously request physical copies via the library, but if you want to read a book online, you can either download a PDF or you can read chapters online, and you'll find that some teaching material is designed like this. We'll send you a way to read a chapter of a book. We try and do that as little as possible, but all of the resources you need for our module are linked here. If you want our contact details, if you click on Staff Contact, you'll find myself and Laura. In the other modules, you'll find the other module leads for those modules. The only other part to mention here is the My Grades section. If you click on My Grades, it will display your exam marks, and when it comes to things like ECG and the EMQ exam, this is where you'll find the results for those exams when they are posted. If you click on the announcement tabs, you will see announcements that are posted to the cohort. As the course goes on, this will become the hub for pretty much all the announcements, or the major announcements during Part 1, so keep an eye on this as it's a really important feature. Now you can set up Blackboard to give you push notifications, and if you want to turn this off, you can generally do it through this page here. Click on your name, or if you click on the little cog in the top right hand corner, you'll be able to alter the settings for notifications to your email account. Perfect. So thanks for listening to me. If you have any further questions, you can contact us through the staff contact page on GC Learn. All of the Academy team's details are available on there and in the module handbooks as well. So without anything else left to say, I will just sign off, and we'll see you on day 1 at GCU.